Hello, testicles. Welcome to the shop. Today, it's electrical stuff. And, well, technically, welcome to a part of the shop. But first, we're going to look in the drawer of magical electrical stuff, because we're putting up ceiling fans on the porch. Yesterday, we put up all the structure for ceiling fans on the porch, and I'm sore today. I'm tired. I was tired yesterday, but here we go. Unfortunately, this garage is always in a state of need to be redistributed because there's stuff everywhere, but we're always moving stuff around. But this is the magical, well, top drawer is actually for the nephews because it's got BB guns, Red Riders, of course. But below that, we have electrical stuff. Oh, that's what we need right there. So we're gonna need 2 boxes in the same color as our stain, because we have those. Yay! And then we're gonna need several assorted goodnesses of those guys to hold the things up, these guys to make some turns. Wow, that was a double ender. Oh, I saw one of those one time in San Francisco, but it didn't look like that. Oh wait, that's just got disconnected, my bad. All right, so these guys, we're gonna need some of those. And I don't think, nope, nothing in that one, just BBs. Hold on, watch this. Okay, when I turn this light switch, things will happen. Oh yeah, there's another part of the workshop. But what we are gonna need is some of the old conduit. So this, plus that, plus all the stuff in the back of the van, which happens to be some ceiling fans, we'll go to the front porch and go up. That's right, up. And we'll see if I can get this done without hurting myself too bad, because stuff is sore from the up part of yesterday, which was way heavier than the up part of today. But hopefully by the end we'll have some ceiling fan over the top of the place we have breakfast every morning, because that's going to be important. See you out there. Da 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 da. Hey, I know you. Well, that's a good angle right there. So, step number uno, after collecting all the tools and the requisite things, is figuring out where your box is going to go and the best path for your wire. So, I'm about to go right up there and start putting this guy on and see where's the best place. It's also going to be for a fan. I went with this metal one with 2 brackets on it. I also have some plastic ones that have 4. My problem is if I make it able to put 4, that makes a little shelf right there. And we have these little wrens all over the place that love to make birdhouses in the most inconvenient places. And a bird's nest right over our breakfast table is probably going to be inconvenient. So, yeah, I'm going to try the 2 first, and I can always rewire later if I need to. But, you know, bird poop on my food is less than desirable. Also, Daisha is drying some peppers, and they're very spicy. And the thing is right behind me, and the wind is blowing this way, so I'm downwind of the capsaicin. So if I start to choke and my eyes start to water, that's her fault. So, yeah, I don't know. But the chili this winter is going to be amazing. All right, well, I've collected my things. I've unwrapped this. I've put a ladder right in the spot that it needs to go, and it's probably going to be too short and make me feel very uncomfortable, but here I go. Here I go. Here I go again. What's my weakness? Women. Oh yeah. So if I put that right there, that's in the center of my little thingy. It leaves very minimal stuff, but it also is able to wobble, I think. That makes it crooked. That makes it crooked. All right, center for the win, and I guess the power can go right into one of these guys and up and out. Yeah. Seems reasonable. And I'm going to use the little screws that came with my joist hangers, because they're approximately the right everything, and I'm eyeball measuring this to be center, but anyway, and that's what I had. Go in there. Oh yeah, that was a little too tight. Back that guy up some. Oh, in the eyes, in the eyes. Yep. Okay, number 2. Not poop either, just the second one. Oh! Hey! Oh, that's actually very secure. And it's metal, very secure. All right, I am not worried about this guy moving anymore. So step 1, on side 1. Success! Oh, I just had to eat so much peanut butter and drink so much caffeine to get out here today. It is unreasonable. All right. Okay, so through some magic of measuring with one of these guys and holding one of these up and twisting my tongue and sticking it out the side at just the right thing, I came up with the idea of using one of these guys to mark this guy and then cut it with that guy in order to cobble together some madness that may or may not work. But trial and error at this point. I just have to go ahead and tell you that I grew up using the metal conduit that you could just bend wherever you wanted to, and you didn't have to buy specific bendy things and piece them together and trim them, because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to trim this guy with this guy somewhere, which is my next step. Is I'm going to shove that guy in that hole up there and do man things to figure out where I need to pull out and trim. And anyway, just the tip. That's all I'm doing right now. Just the tip. Okay, so what happens is sometimes people are old and they're used to doing things the old way, which is like metal that you can just bend whatever way you want to do it. And, well, hold that. What happens is you can't just bend it where you want to, so you got to go and buy all these extra things that cost more money in the long run. But it turns out instead of a couple of 90s, I need a whole bunch of these 45s, which yeah. So now let me show you what I got. Up the ladder we go. And switcho, changeo, presto, lifto. Okay, so now the wire can go through there and up there, and then take another arch that way over there, down to that box over there. But all that to say, I had to go to the grocery store, not the grocery store. I had to go to the Ace Hardware. Thank goodness they had what I was looking for. And because I was planning on getting gas at some other time, I had to stop and get gas too. So that's like a while wasted. But now we got it. Progress shall be made. Oh. I got the ladder 56,000 times. Problem 1, right there. That little thing. Yep. Problem 2. Let's see, can we pan down to problem 2? Yep, right there. That hole. Okay. Let's go down here and we will address problem 1 and problem 2, and also the unknown, less mentioned problem 3 that arises from problem 1 and 2. All right, are you ready? Here we go. This little guy right here, problem 1, solved. Obviously weird enough as SQ1, not in my DeWalt box, but fortunately in my Ryobi. Problem 2, this guy, no fitto. But this guy, beautiful. And then this guy goes into here like that. And then, just in case, unnamed possible problem, just in case. Alright, so that's going to be the progress. So far, I have definitely sweated too much. It's okay. It's fine. I'm like on a 4-week trial of overexertion. I'm just going to go ahead and put these guys together before I even go up the ladder, so I don't have to worry about it when I'm up there, because I've been up that guy, way up there. I've been up there doing all this stuff, but I'm all the way at that point. But I do have to now then go all the way over this way, so I'm hoping it's going to be less than what all that is, but we'll see. Probably not, but it's okay. It's fine. Up we go. Up we go. All right. So, fortunately, I'm somewhat of a think ahead kind of guy, so I already had these guys ready to go. And by the way, I'm not a professional electrician. This is not the right way to do it, obviously, because I don't know why, because don't sue me and stuff. This way I'm doing it. So, this guy will go up here, we'll eventually connect it to here, and it'll go that way, but then it'll also go that way to the other one. So when I turn on that switch way down there, this will be energized. So much like the Enterprise. And I'll still have to put a bracket holder, like a holder right there to kind of hold that in place. But that guy is all ready to go down to there, and I could go ahead and put that fan in right now if I wanted to. And then once I connect these guys right here, it would work. But I gotta go all the way down that way and do another one. So, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But down the ladder we go. I don't know about your exercise routine, but putting in some stuff with ladders is probably a good way to go, because I can't even count how many times I've been up and down ladders now. But I will say that my little piece of wood up there, right there, that will eventually probably have birds and stuff in it, that guy is really handy for putting all the stuff up there and leaving it, so I don't have to carry it up and down each time. Party bonus. Well, here we go, back up the ladder again. All we gotta do is put that cover on right there. I'll be done right here, and then we'll just kind of head on down the road there. But one last thing before we go, I'm gonna come over here and tie that guy into place right there, so it's all tidy. And yeah, so once the other side looks like that guy right there, it's gonna be time to go get those ceiling fans out of the van over there and put them up. And then hopefully this evening my wife and I can sit out here under one of those beautiful ceiling fans. But that's a long way from now. Let's talk about that later. Let's zoom up and boom! All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's stretch on up the ladder here. We have what appears to be a secure connection all the way across for two fans. I love the way it jerks when you switch it around like that. It's probably not supposed to do that, but two fans securely wired. I should have just run it on the inside and had just a tiny bit of either conduit or bare wire, but whatever. This was a fancier way to do it. Technically the right way, I guess. I don't know. But it's all watertight. It's all done. I'm hanging from the roof. One-handed. Yeah, so that's probably enough. You probably don't want to watch me then wire the fans up. Wink, wink, nudge. So I'm gonna leave you right here with this wire dangling and that wire over there dangling. I'm just gonna dangle your dingle until the next video, where I might actually video myself struggling through putting a fan up. Something I've done hundreds of times in the past, or you know, almost 100 times, whatever. Exaggeration is key on the internet. But I'll probably just switch it off and do a fan only video and keep you hanging and then maybe post a thumbnail of what the fans look like up at night with all these cool lights I have wrapped around the entire porch on. And me with a well-deserved beverage of some kind. Anyway, hope you're having a wonderful day. That's it for this time. Wiring the porch for fans.